Why is Kyousuke a much better player than you and me? To answer this question, I will analyze his playstyle on Dust2. I will show you 4 Faceit matches where he completely dominated the enemy team. In this video I will present very important details you can steal from Kyousuke's playstyle. These details will help you become a much better player. Many things I show you here can even be applied in solo queue. This video is sponsored by Skin Vault, a trading site where you can quickly trade, buy and sell skins. Just log in with Steam, add your trade link and you are ready to go. All you have to do is select items from your inventory, then find skins that matches your current balance and hit the trade button. The filters also make it super easy to find exactly what you're looking for. And if you use my code ROJAS, you will get up to $10 on your first trade, plus a 35% deposit bonus. Link is down below. Let's start with something really important. Positioning while playing with AWP. The terrorist took control of long. Kyousuke positioned himself on A side. He hears a terrorist shooting from pit, so he holds that angle. The terrorist peeks for a split second and falls back. A moment later, he peeks again. Kyousuke misses his AWP shot. Then he aims towards the right side of long. You might be wondering why he isn't worried about the guy in pit. Kyousuke probably figured the enemy would be too scared to peek again and risk dying. But I don't recommend you hold long this way at lower ranks, because that pit player will peek again and probably kill you. Thanks to holding the right side of long, Kyousuke gets the frag. Let's look at the enemy's POV. The terrorist didn't even get a chance to shoot. Right after the kill, Kyousuke hides behind the boxes on A side to reload safely. When reloading the AVP, you are exposed and easy to kill, especially if you are standing out in the open. Then Kyousuke peeks again and takes out another T. Notice that it's a long-range duel, so to make sure he hits the shot, he uses double zoom. Let's look at the T's POV. Lumiere expected Kyousuke to peek from the left side of the boxes. Additionally, Kyousuke wide peeks to the right to be a harder target to hit. Lumiere has to flick and dies. Also note that Kyousuke is peeking close to the back wall. That way, he doesn't get stuck on the little ledge. It's worth adding that when standing on Goose, the terrorist in pit or on long can't spot you because the box covers you. Combining that with clean movement, smart peeks, and separating duels makes Kyousuke a very hard target to hit. After the second frag, he hides behind the boxes again to reload his AVP safely. Then he peeks long once more, but gets hit by a flash, so he quickly goes back behind cover. Next he checks pit. Notice how he checks one angle at a time. First he checks the left side of pit, since a few seconds ago a T was shooting from there. Then he does a slight peek to the left to clear the center of pit, and then a tiny peek again to clear the right side. This kind of peeking lowers his chances of dying because he is not overexposing and doesn't need to flick unnecessarily. Next he checks the right side of long. Kyousuke spots a T doing a shoulder peek, but he doesn't shoot. Then he sees another terror near ramp, hits a clean flick and gets the third kill. Again he falls back to reload. Now the terrorists peek together, one from pit, the other from long. Kyousuke couldn't react in time and gets killed. This kind of double peek is a really good way to deal with an AWP. Even if your teammate dies, you can trade them. Terrorists play this round poorly. The guy in pit, Stack, should have talked with the teammate who picked first. They both should have picked at the same time, especially knowing Kyousuke was holding A side with an AWP. Now I will show you how to play on catwalk with an AWP. Kyousuke has the best spawn for A. Right after the round starts, he jumps on the boxes, rushes short, and positions himself near the corner. It's worth noting, his teammate is already in lower tunnels, so he doesn't need to worry about that position. Pay attention, Kyousuke doesn't go to the right side to hold top mid. Instead he holds the angle like this. It's a better setup because he can see two positions at once, dark and top mid, and even a catwalk. If he was only watching top mid, a T could rush dark and kill him. Because his crosshair is set this way, he doesn't need to flick. As you can see, he easily takes down an opponent who was wide picking mid. Let's look at the T's POV. He didn't expect Kyousuke to be holding that angle at all. After the frag, Kyousuke moves to the left to reload safely and avoid getting killed. Notice that when Kyousuke is reloading his AVP, he does a quick right-left-right movement to check if another terrorist is pushing mid. Then he aims toward dark. At this point, Kyousuke probably wanted to aim at top mid, but he saw a pushing enemy. He hit a beautiful flick and got the second frag. Let's look at his POV. Kyousuke wide peeked, and crouched as he fired, making himself a harder target. As a result, the terrorist didn't even get to shoot back. Kyousuke hides again behind the wall to reload. He pulls out his deagle, white peaks, and after emptying the whole mag, he gets the third kill. Because Kyousuke immediately repositioned after getting the kill, Mukos couldn't hit him with the scout. Notice how Kyousuke peeks differently every time, making it hard for the terrorist to guess where he will stop. Now I will show you a round where terrorist rushes from dark. Kyousuke hits him through the wooden beam. He instantly pulls out the deagle, white peaks and kills the enemy. Let's look at his POV. The terrorist didn't expect Kyousuke at that spot at all. Also, that vertical wooden beam blocked his vision, making it even harder to see the city. It's important to mention that Kyousuke once again had a teammate covering lower tunnel, so he didn't need to worry about that area. If he had been alone on mid, repicking with the deagle could have been risky. I recommend using this short pick only if you have the best spawn for A, it gives you the best chance to surprise the enemy. Here's another example. Kyousuke once again stands next to the corner. First he holds dark, expecting a possible rush. After a moment, he checks top mid from the left side and gets the entry frag. Right after the shot, he falls back to stay alive. In this round, he is solo on mid, so while reloading his AVP, he checks lower tunnels, expecting the second terrorist to pick for a trade. Then he pulls out a flash, left clicks, switches to his knife, runs to the front wall and jumps spot mid to check for more enemies. He spots a terrorist on the right who misses an AWP shot. Kyousuke knows the enemy will have to fall back to reload, so he holds the angle and gets the second frag. He briefly hides, then peeks again and gets the third kill. Let's check the enemy's POV. Thanks to the jump spot, the terrorist missed his shot. As you can see, this kind of jump is a really nice way to clear right side mid. Let me show you how you can surprise your opponents. The city is smoke long at the start of the round. Kyousuke pulls out a nade, aims at this spot and presses W plus right click. Then he waits for the grenade to pop and only then peeks long so he doesn't lose HP. He kills the city and instantly falls back to stay alive. It's important to note that his teammate threw a couple of flashes toward long. Let's look at the enemy's POV. The city sniper is holding the long exit, expecting terrorists to push through the smoke. As you can see, he didn't even have time to react or shoot. Since we are on long already, let me show you one more example. Kyousuke and his teammate take A side. Then Kyousuke positions himself near the car on the right side and crouches. The benefit of this position is that a city retaking from long can't see your head. I tested this spot on full buy, and even with an AK, the city can't see your gun. That's why it's important to always carefully check this position when retaking A side with your teammates. Let's move to another round. Kyousuke is in upper tunnels. As the smoke fades, he pulls out a Molotov and throws it to the left side. He hides for a moment, then peeks again and kills the city. Let's look at his POV. As soon as the enemy spotted Kyousuke, he tried to shoot, even though he didn't have Crosshair on him. Because Kyousuke hides for a second, he didn't take any damage. Also, since he repicked very quickly, the city was still standing in the same spot, trying to shoot, and got punished. The city didn't even get a chance to fire again before dying. Now I will show you how to take B on T side. The Molotov in tunnels is fading. Kyousuke sees a deep smoke land in upper, so he decides to rush. He hits a flick and gets the entry frag. Let's look at the enemy's POV. The city didn't expect Kyousuke to white pick. As a result, he had to do a flick and died. Also, the city was crouching, so he was an easy target. He only managed to hit Kyousuke once. Next, Kyousuke aims toward the double doors and keeps holding the angle, expecting a city to pick. When he doesn't see anyone, he throws a smoke. Notice that when Kyousuke pulls out the smoke, he crouches, so he is not an easy target to hit. As you can see, his head is not visible. After throwing the smoke, he crouches again to avoid getting killed while switching back to his AK. A split second before the smoke explodes, Kyousuke stands up and gets the second frag. Pay attention to this small detail. After standing up, Kyousuke makes a tiny movement to the left. Let's look at the enemy's POV. Because Kyousuke did a slight peek, city couldn't react fast enough with a flick and died. Kyousuke then throws a flash to slow down rotating cities. As you can see, Tommy had to turn away from the flash and his teammate got fully blinded. Kyousuke jumps on the boxes. Notice that he does it from the right side. If he had jumped from the left, the city could have seen and kill him. Thanks to the fact that Kyousuke jumps up from the right, the city would have to peek wider to see him. It's a small detail, but it can save your life. Then Kyousuke picks window and gets the third kill. Another city is focused on fighting terror on mid, so Kyousuke easily shoots him in the back. Let's move on to another example. During round 4, Kyousuke saw a terrorist jump spot in mid from dark. He hit him with the scout. In the next round, he saw a smoke and molotov come from dark. So in round 9, Kyousuke holds the same spot with his AVP and kills the terrorist. As you can see, the enemy plays very predictably, making him an easy target. You've probably died many times to a city standing near double doors. Here's a simple way to deal a lot of damage. Kyousuke is on catwalk. He aims at the corner, presses W plus left click to throw a nade. Then he pulls out a molotov and throws it the same way. The nade lands perfectly in the corner. The city has nowhere to go. I tested it on a server. The grenade alone deals nearly 60 HP. The molotov burns the entire left side, so you have less angles to clear. Let me show you 3 easy city side grenades. Terrorist smoke mid doors. Kyousuke pulls out a nade, aims at this spot, and throws it with W plus left click. It lands perfectly and gets him a beautiful entry frag. Let's check the enemy's POV. He didn't even have time to aim at Kyousuke. Next example. Terrorists take mid and smoke city. Kyousuke positions himself next to the boxes, aims at this spot, and throws a nade using W plus left click. It lands in the double doors and kills one of the terrorists. Kyousuke peeks mid and kills another one with the USP, then gets traded. Let's look at the enemy's POV. Complete took 58 HP from the nade, and the second terrorist died because he had only 10 HP. While we are still on mid, here's another example. Terrorist smoke double doors. Seek probably called it to his team. Kyousuke jumps on the boxes, aims between 2 red windows and left clicks. Terrorist loses 47 HP. Here's a cool pistol round tactic. A teammate is holding long. Kyousuke doesn't pick, but keeps his crosshair aimed at the wall, so when he picks left, his crosshair is already aligned with the long doors. When his teammate dies, Kyousuke waits a split second, picks long and kills 2 terrorists. Let's look at their POV. Alpha, after killing the city, he instantly pulled out his knife. He didn't expect another opponent. The second enemy managed to shoot only 1 bullet before dying. As you can see, it's a really simple way to surprise opponents. Then 2 more terrorists push long. Kyousuke loses the duel and dies. Since we are already on long, let me show you a simple flash you can throw for your teammate. Kyousuke positions himself at the corner of the wall, aims at this spot, and left clicks at 1:48 on the round timer. Thanks to this, Strong gets a clean entry frag. Let's take a look at the enemy POV. The terrorist is fully blinded at the perfect moment. I have one more simple tactic for you. Kyousuke is behind the boxes in lower tunnels. His teammate is on short, also watching lower. He kills 1 terrorist with a deagle. Kyousuke hears another enemy shooting at his teammate, so he white peeks and kills him. Let's watch his POV. Xido was so focused on the short player that he couldn't even flick to Kyousuke in time. Kyousuke then peeks mid, kills another terrorist, and headshot 1 more before dying. Thanks to this setup, the cities win the round. Now let me show you some easy grenades that will help you control Dust2 more effectively. Terrorists smoke the cross and begin pushing long. Kyousuke jumps onto the tallest box, aims above the window, and throws a molotov with W plus left click. As you can see, the molly lands on the ramp and covers a large area in flames. This prevents the terrorist from pushing A quickly, giving his team time to rotate. You might say, but what if a T jumps on the ramp box to get through? If that happens, he will be exposed and easy to kill. If the terrorists instead try to rush along the wall on the right, ask a teammate to hold from the box on short. He will be able to see their upper bodies and take them down easily. One important warning, don't stay on the boxes too long. Once the cross smoke fades, a terrorist might spot and kill you. Here is a simple molotov that helps you take A side. Kyousuke and his team push long. Kyousuke aims at this spot and throws a molotov using W plus left click. It lands on short, forcing the city to choose, either wait behind the molly until it fades or push through it. If he pushes, he is in the open and easy to kill. That's exactly what happened in this round. The counter-terrorist might also be playing ninja, so for safety, ask your teammate to throw a molly there as well. While we are on T side, let me show you a great smoke thrown by the enemy from a specific spawn. Aim here, then press W plus jump throw. The smoke lands on the long corner and explodes quite fast. A city might try to play on the edge of the smoke, so pair this with some flashes for your teammates. These grenades will make it much easier to take long. Also remember, a city can hide inside the smoke. It's worth spamming it or throwing a nade there just in case. Thank you for watching until the end. Click on the video on the screen to see Kyousuke's or Zeus analysis. Write in the comments which pro player you'd like to see next and on which map. See you in the next one. Bye!